It's okay to be spiritual. You don't need to be religious, put crystals under the moon, or meditate for hours. You just need to be open to the possibility there's something bigger than you.
Then it's shown to you in a song, a feeling, a sign. That's when life becomes magical. And then you discover that it really is okay to be spiritual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Views expressed are those of the hosts and guests' personal experiences. The information provided is not a substitute for professional advice, whether medical, legal, or otherwise. Welcome back to another episode of It's Okay to be Spiritual. I'm Helen.
And I'm Lori.
And we have been to the MindBodySpirit Festival in Brisbane in February.
Yes, it was February 15th, I believe. We were down on the Saturday, but it ran Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And we had a lot of fun. There was just so much to see.
So MindBodySpirit Festival is a 3-day event that travels from Brisbane to Sydney and Melbourne. So one event in Brisbane, 2 in Sydney and 2 in Melbourne. And I'd never been before. Had you been, Helen?
No.
No, so it's not something we were familiar with. And the event is much more, I think initially I remembered those psychic expos.
Oh, yes.
From back in the day. So
Fantabulous.
Yeah, the Fantabulous Psychic Expo. So in my head, I thought it would be similar to that. But I must disclose, I never went to one of those either.
Me neither.
No. So sometimes you do get a perception of what something would be like.
Or could be like.
Yeah. And I think you really should, and what we want to encourage you to do, like on this journey, and as you see different things come across your desk, whether it's, like a festival or an event, really just go and immerse yourself in it, because until you get there and you're surrounded by the energy and the people and the atmosphere, you really can't tell what you're walking into.
Yeah, I would say my preconceived ideas were blown in the first few minutes.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
And what do you think blew you away initially?
The thing that always comes into my mind when I remember that day is we had a lot of fun. From a sort of like an observation point of view, I was really blown away at the big diversity of people that were there. There were people of all ages, people of all walks of life, people looking for different answers for any number of things. And also, because we have a spiritual podcast, I was kind of just thinking about the spiritual stuff, but it is a mind, body, spirit festival.
Yeah.
So there really was everything.
I completely agree. I was very spiritual focused, and so there was readers.
Which we didn't get to talk to because they were all so busy.
No, but 50, do you think? Was there 50 on that back end? It'd be definitely 30.
Yeah, easy 30.
Yeah, it's on our reel. So if you missed the reel we made of the event, jump on our socials. It's okay to be spiritual and have a look, because we do a scan of all the readers on that back wall. So there was a lot of readers and also a free meditation little hut beside it.
Oh, yes. That was really great because it was totally orientated towards people who've never tried meditation before. And it was a guided meditation with headphones on, so it would have actually been really nice. And they did it every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Totally free.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect the amount of body products, there was creams and there was things to cleanse your water and I think there was oils at one point and perfumes and smelly things, which brings us to the amazing candles that we saw.
Oh, we really liked those candles.
Yeah.
House of Madelini?
Yeah.
You describe them. You're the astrology girl.
Oh, no. Go jump on House of Madelini's Instagram because she's beautiful herself, but they are candles that come out with every astrological cycle. So there was Pisces season when we were there. So the idea is that she gave a really beautiful interpretation, is that we buy these things for us, but we never burn them.
How many unburnt candles have you got?
Yeah, too many.
Yeah, me too.
I just burn the same one over and over.
Yeah, but we buy ourselves a really nice one and then we think, I'll save that.
Yes. And so the whole premise of her business was to make a candle that align with the astrology and what you'd be going through, and bringing in the oils and the smells and the the intent behind that season as to what you need to release or embrace. And you burn it every day, and it's big, it's a big, beautiful candle.
It's designed to last the
whole month and
sign.
A bit. Yeah.
I loved that. What was another one you loved?
when we first walked in, we ran into Keen Buckley.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a very lovely man. So
much energy.
So much energy. Another Gemini. The first thing we walk in, we find another Gemini. That's not a coincidence. He had his own take on numerology, which was really inspiring to see people taking, which I did notice too. People would take modalities and then create their own spin on them as to how they relayed them or how they worked with those, and getting you to understand that part of or aspect of what you're going through or your life cycle or what the numbers mean for you. So that was really beautiful. And just on that, I think we had like a bazillion hugs that day. I've never walked into a space and had so much welcoming, beautiful energy. All the store holders were like best mates. You know, everyone knew each other. So if you are thinking about being at the event, there is such a community with the actual store holders that we were lucky enough to be a part of.
Yeah, yep. They just welcomed us in. And the event organisers were so kind to us. And you'll hear through the coming, at the end of this chat, we interviewed 4 people who've been going to the festival for some, been stall holders at the festival for some time. And they just spoke so highly of the organisers. Like, it's just a roaming family.
Yes, agree. There was definitely a community. So if you're looking to be part of the community, and a lot of them do travel to all
3 events.
Yeah, all 3 events.
So one of the new stall holders that were there this year that we got to meet was a woman who'd made her own tarot deck. She'd done all original artwork. It took her 4 years. So Joe Bird art. I just thought they were so beautiful.
They really were. And when you can actually talk to the artist who created the deck, it allows you a deeper connection as well. You know, we can buy them online, but if you can go to an event like this and really see the face that created the cards and hear her story and how she said she was evolving as she was creating the cards. So her artistic expression and her story was evolving as part of creating this tarot deck, which, like, that's so beautiful to witness and to hear her relay that too, and the passion behind it.
Yeah, I would, I just thought if I was better at reading tarot cards, just using a deck that had such heart and soul in it. I mean, they all do, but I suppose once you know the artist.
Yeah. And another store holder that I really enjoyed speaking with was Journey Home to Soul.
Yes, I enjoyed that stall too.
Ross and Penelope.
Yes.
So that's a great example of human design.
Yeah, he was great at it. And he'd taken it a little bit further too, a bit like Kian.
Yes.
Like the deeper understanding of yourself that human design can give.
Yeah.
Plus all the add-ons that he created that we don't yet understand.
No. There was so much that day that we just wanted to do one of everything, but we couldn't do that.
We could have done photos of our aura and had our palms read, which is one of the things you wanted to do.
Yeah, I would really like my palm read actually, so I'm going to try and seek that out and do a little bit of a review on that if I can find someone to read my palm.
And then there were demonstrations during the day and private workshops and so much more.
And stage performances as well. So
and food.
Yeah, food. There was lots of food.
Always for my belly. Another stand I really found very fascinating was Mark with his smudgy sticks. So I've kept the little thing, Earth Aromas, but he grows all this sage. Smells divine.
And there was a couple of different flavours. Actually, not more than a couple. 7 or 8.
Oh, I'd go 12 or 13.
Yeah.
I remember I was going.
Yeah.
I needed like a coffee beans in between them.
And Mark was talking to us about the importance of having locally grown sage. So there is obviously some conflict about the use of sage. The Californian government, I believe, or authority in California believes that 90% of the sage is poached.
Illegally harvested.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what I found really interesting was that I've been wanting to buy a smudge for years, but just have never been able to. Like I've picked them up and put them down, picked them up and put them down. But when Mark said, I grow all of this just near Brisbane, I was like, how many can I buy?
Yeah.
The other really delicious thing that went very well with the chai was Maple Moon, carob. from Byron Bay, weren't they?
Yes, around that area.
Oh my gosh, they're beautiful people with beautiful food.
And so on the day, we managed to catch up with 4 exhibitors at the event, which the organisers teed up for us. So we want to shout out to Joe there. Really appreciate you supporting us on our junket down to Brisbane. And for anyone who doesn't know, we are based in Toowoomba. So we went down to Brisbane for the day. So it's good to have an excuse anyway, just to get down amongst the city folk. And so while we were in the big smoke, we ran into Scott Wallace for an interview. He's a breathwork facilitator and coach.
And I really enjoyed talking to Katie from Turmeric's. Well, actually, you got to talk to her. I filmed it, but that was fantastic. And then one of the interviews I did was with Shane from Immortal Blend Superfoods. But that has a funny start because I stuffed up his business name on the day.
But that's a great episode. Wait till you see the interview with Shane. And then also we saw Sonia from Crystallistic.
Yeah, with all the sparkly things. She was fabulous.
Colour therapy.
So we had a really great day and we came home quite tired. But there was everything from crystal stands to supplements, body therapies, diabetes checks.
There was the drumming all the time as well, lots of clearing with sound. Yep,
crystal bowls.
Yes.
So listen to the next 4 mini interviews. Let's call them mini interviews. They have a little bit of background noise, but I think you'll still enjoy them.
Yeah, and if you're interested in attending Mind, Body, Spirit, we would 100% recommend that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great day.
It's free.
Yeah, that's the other important thing. There is no cover charge, which is a fantastic way to make sure that everyone can access all these different things to support your mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah, and you can be totally curious there. We didn't experience any heavy sales or anything. Like it was really relaxed.
Yeah, completely agree. You browse at your own leisure. There's lots of samples, the chai tea.
The chai was amazing.
That I recognised from Woodford. I can sniff out a chai from a long way off. So the supplier of the chai tent, the bottom chai tent at Woodford near the lake, the supplier of that was at Mind, Body, Spirit, and I smelt that a mile off.
Yeah, that was delicious. So you're going to love the festival. Hope you can get to one day. Bye for now.
We'll catch you next time. Hey guys, it's Lori here. We are at the Mind, Body and Spirit Festival in Brisbane. I have with me Scott Wallace, who is a breathwork facilitator, a coach, and
human being.
Being.
Some days of the week.
So Scott, for attendees here today, what are they learning about you?
So one of the signature essences of my special sauce, the way that I coach, the way that I mentor, the transmission that I have for people today, there's a number of things there. Firstly, to be able to make light of the darkness. So in the space of personal development, growth, stress, healing, it's not always an easy journey, and it's often fraught with challenges and opportunities to embrace them. And so I love bringing fun, humor, a high vibe experience into the inner work for people and to help them feel safe, seen, understood and met no matter what they're navigating.
And you've done a workshop and also a performance here today?
Yeah.
What did that involve and how did that go?
Today has been fucking lit. If you ever come to my workshops, I'm going to swear a lot, by the way. It was incredible. So the seminar was on the transformational power of breathwork. 45 minutes, going to some of the spirituality behind breathwork, some of the science behind behind breathwork, and to really focus on leaving people feeling empowered, equipped with some powerful tools, to have some breakthroughs, be it mentally, emotionally, energetically, and just to feel a bit more freer and more fulfilled. So that's the sort of essence of a lot of the values that I bring into my work. The seminar was good fun, and then jumped on the main stage straight after for a 45-minute activation called Elevate Your State. So it gives people an opportunity to raise their vibration, to elevate their frequency, and just tap into a higher state of being where people feel more comfortable, more confident, more aware, and just ready to tackle the day in their life.
And so obviously in being able to do what you do, you've been on a journey of your own. We all know we don't get here by accident. So is there something you'd like to share about how you've ended up here today? Like, is there a special moment, or as you joined the festival, was it a certain part of your life? And now Scott's been with the festival since 2022.
Yeah, 2022 now. I was attending before I was facilitating and speaking here with one of my partners, and she played a really powerful part of my spiritual awakening, questioning things, looking at things through a different lens. And so since 2022, I've been doing the circuit, Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, and facilitating, hosting workshops. Some are more intimate experiences where it's like a 1 hour or 2 hour breathwork journey.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just on the main stage and delivering a free experience for people.
Yeah.
So yeah, in terms of some of the bigger catalysts for me, short version of my background, I've got a science degree.
Oh, so do I.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So environmental science,
That's
ecology.
what I have.
Great.
Did you say ecology?
Yeah, ecology, conservation. I worked in ecotourism, became a scuba instructor.
Yeah, wow.
Conservation, then went into law, so I studied a law degree. And then from there, I did a lot of advocacy and activism, and then actually ran in 2 elections in Queensland about 5 years ago. So
you
ran for state government and also local government elections. That year when I ran in the elections was when I went through massive disruption in my relationship, some big life lessons that came from that. And it was during that year that mid-election, mid-chaos in the relationship, stress was super high, anxious, and it was just, that's when I discovered breathwork. So it was during that year that I came across breathwork, had a very simple, powerful experience where 30 seconds of breathwork, I started crying, tears streaming down my face. I was feeling more of what was going on. And from that point on, I've deepened my journey, done facilitator training, stepped into mentoring and coaching. Every week, every day, sure, we have opportunities to lean in, to embrace the uncertainty and really just show up in the best possible way we can, and that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, beautiful. And so obviously it's a spiritual journey in a sense. So do you have any thoughts on why it's okay to be spiritual?
Yeah, I think I find it really funny when people say like I'm spiritual or I'm not so spiritual.
Yeah.
Like in my reality, we are spiritual beings. We're an energetical, vibrational being that's here hanging out, having this human experience. The more that people want to identify with certain themes or labels, it's to feel a sense of belonging, to feel a sense of inclusivity, and to find their tribe and feel that people get me and they know what this is about. So I think everyone is a spiritual being, and whether they identify as being spiritual or not actually makes no difference to me. Keep showing up, keep leaning into the invitations and the challenges that life brings you, because it's all there to help you grow. It's there to help you become a better person and remember who the fuck you are and what's important to you. So embrace the journey, my friends.
And we'll tag Scott's contact details in this episode notes.
Well, we're here at the Mind, Body and Spirit Festival at the Brisbane Convention Centre. I'm here with Sonia from Crystallistic. She makes these beautiful sparkly things and teaches other people how to do the same. So Sonia, I'm wondering if people come to the Mind, Body, Spirit Festival and meet you, what would they learn?
What would they learn?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so if you're looking at me personally, my goal is to provide beautiful jewellery, but I'm very interested in colour. So a lot of the jewellery that I create is based on colour therapy. So I create all my pieces. I source my crystals from Austria. That's where the best crystals are made, with the brand that I'm sure we all know. I have a lot of fittings made overseas. I make some of my own fittings, but all of my jewellery is all designed and created by me. I'm very interested in combinations of colours. So for a festival like this, which is a spiritual festival, the chakra colours, they're very beautiful colours. They represent the energy centres within our body, but they also happen to be the colours of the rainbow.
Yes.
So they're also colours produced by nature. So when you think of any sort of colour combination that is natural, it's going to work. And so that's what you'll find. A lot of my jewellery is very colourful. I do a lot of spectrum styles and chakra styles, but I also love all colours. So, I'm forever working on planning how I'm going to combine the various colours of my pieces.
So you're wearing blue today, I believe you did a workshop and people got to take some jewellery home.
Absolutely, yes. So that's always a lot of fun to be able to share your knowledge with others. One of my big sellers are birthstone pendants, and I create birthstone pendants using the Swarovski crystals, just a little small one, fits around people's necks, with the colour that represents the month they were born in. So, for example, January is a garnet or a deep red colouring. You can use a garnet stone or one of the crystals. You've got that colouring there. So every client within the workshop was able to choose their own birthstone colour or a colour that they liked. We worked on creating that crystal, setting the crystal, opening and closing jump rings, finding chains.
Oh, wow.
To length.
It was quite technical.
Yeah, well, it was pretty good, actually. I think everyone walked away with a birthstone around their neck that was something they chose to do, and they got value out of that and value from the workshop as well.
Yeah, I bet. And something sparkly to take home.
Absolutely. I don't think anyone can do without a little bit of bling in their wardrobe.
Oh, that's right. But what happened in your life that made you transition into beautiful sparkly things?
What I do now, I love that. So I'm actually, by trade, I have a finance background. So I've been in the corporate world for about 30 years. There comes a time when you're middle-aged and you say, no, this is really not giving me the reward I want anymore. I've always been very creative, and so I actually discovered that I was able to access the Swarovski crystals through a bit of research. And once I was able to do that, then my head was spinning. Anyone with a creative background will know that the ideas do not stop, they just keep coming. So I started bit by bit, and then I started exhibiting at the MindBodySpirit Festival.
Yes, have you been doing that for a while?
Probably, I think I'd be about 6 years now, maybe 7 years.
And do you do all the different locations?
I do. So we've got the whole of the East Coast. We've got MBS twice a year in Melbourne, twice a year in Sydney, and once a year here in Brisbane.
And before we go, why do you think it's okay to be spiritual?
Great question. Number one, what is there to lose? Right, you have got nothing to lose. And I think I've learned a lot about spirituality by exhibiting at the MindBodySpirit Festival and seeing the number of people that are experts within their own field, and they all offer something different. So, I'm a product person. I create a product, I sell a product. You've got some fabulous little businesses that are product people like me, but you also have a huge range of people selling services. You've got different massage services, different therapy services, psychics obviously, but that is just, barely scraping the surface. And you've got them all grouped together within the one place, and they're all very popular festivals, because you'll never get this sort of group of people anywhere else except at a festival like this. So open your eyes and just see what is out there, and many people find much relief in lots of different ways by connecting with whatever their form of spirituality is.
Yeah, and it's a very friendly, buzzing little place to visit, isn't it?
It is very energetic. I think everybody's very friendly with each other. I'm here, I love it. This is like a holiday for me. I often say I don't work a day in my life, but this sort of thing, it's exciting. And, I do a lot of my own personal shopping here. Yes. And I've made a wonderful network of friends, and I've had my eyes open to what can be done out there. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sonia. Thanks for joining us on the It's Okay to Be Spiritual podcast.
My pleasure.
It's Lori here, and I'm with Katie, who is at the turmeric stand at MindBodySpirit Festival. And Katie, what do people learn when they visit you here today?
Look, the main thing to learn from coming here and speaking to anybody at any stands, but particularly my stand, is it's understanding that there's a lot of turmeric products out there. So every person that has something to sell will have a point of difference as to why they recommend their product. We're pretty clear on ours. Ours is the only TGA approved whole food turmeric product sold in Australia. And we're BSCG certified, which means we test for any banned substances, chemicals and all that sort of stuff. So that's not necessarily what you find out there in the pharmaceutical world, of course, because they're a chemical compound, so we try and stay away from that. So
Katie, can you share with us how you got started in selling the turmeric product?
Yeah, look, it was one of those things where I was unfortunate enough to get a really quite a serious advanced cancer diagnosis. It was I had breast and ovarian cancer, stage 3, stage 4. And it ended up being in my esophagus, it ended up being in my lymph gland, and it ended up being in my head. So I've had a few things chopped off, cut out, still got some, I get to tell my kids it's okay, I'm not a brainless twit at all. They did find one, so it's all good. And I was just lucky enough that I had a Canadian oncologist, because over there they actually blend Eastern medicine and Ayurvedic medicine with Western medicine. They make the best doctors. When you incorporate all aspects of health together, that is the best outcome that you can have. So it was a slow process, because I certainly got very sick and I didn't look very good. But slowly but surely, that combined with chemo and other Western medicine techniques is the reason I'm still here. It made me, I've already sort of very aware of the health properties to turmeric. And, it's just one of those things where I'm a bit careful about using the word superfood, because I think it gets bandied around a little bit. But turmeric is the only food that we can eat that benefits all 9 major body organs. So brain, heart, liver, lungs, kidneys, pancreas, spleen, skin and your gut. So the anti-carcinogenic properties to turmeric are well documented. The fact that it helps to do so many different aspects of your body and helps you with reducing inflammation that causes pain and helping with reducing the impact of illness and disease. It was, for me, it was the channel I needed to go down. And so now I just try and get people to understand there are many ways of actually helping themselves to heal and get themselves better without maybe necessarily going down the hardened pharmaceutical drug pathways. Yeah.
So we are at MindBodySpirit Festival, and so do you have any thoughts on why it's okay to be spiritual?
Look, to me, it's a holistic approach. I'm here more because I look at the body side of it, but I also understand that if you don't have the spiritual side right and you don't have the mental side right, when you're faced with huge challenges like I was faced, that's a big battle. The 3 have to work together. So I knew what I had to do to fight my illness by what I had to put into my body that was right. But I also knew that I had to seek out the right people to support me mentally, because mentally you go through a pretty tough time. Just as fact as you also have to find some level of faith for yourself, because otherwise what are you fighting for? You've got to have faith in the fact that you're going to survive and you're going to overcome this and that you're going to come out of it the other side a better person. And I always leave here feeling like not only have I helped somebody, or I've helped a fellow stallholder, or I've helped a fellow customer, or just a fellow human being, I always leave here feeling like I've gained something from it for myself as well. And I think that's where the spiritual and the mind thing comes in, because you come away from here feeling like a better human. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely. So a completely holistic experience, but
it is.
You are right here in this stall nourishing the body with your turmerics, but also being part of the broader scheme and nourishing every part of our mind, body and spirit. So thanks for chatting with us,
You're
Katie.
welcome. My pleasure. Go well, be healthy.
Hi, we're here at the MindBodySpirit Festival in Brisbane at the Brisbane Convention Centre, and I'm here with Shane from
Immortal Blend Superfood. That's where we're at.
We're definitely keeping this part in the podcast.
We're having the greatest time ever.
So thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
We're just wondering, if people come to the MindBodySpirit Festival, what would they learn when they get to your stall?
All right. Well, so right now, it was the worst of times. It was the best of times. What we're encountering right now in society is just, more than 50% of the people, the Western population, get cancer. More than 50% of them also have type 2 diabetes. So as the worse it gets, the better it gets. So what are we starting to see? We're seeing the power of the mushrooms. So the mushrooms are actually coming through now. We've all seen Paul Stamets in Fantastic Fungi, and if you haven't seen it, it's time. We have the superheroes all together. We have a blend where there's about 12 medicinal mushrooms. They're there to build a healthy immune system. They're there to modulate your immune system, to fortify it. We really need superheroes just like that. It's time. That's why you're now hearing about lion's mane, which is in Fantastic Fungi.
So what happened in your life that was the catalyst that got this happening for you?
Okay. I'm one of those people. I'm kind of whatever I'm into, I'm in all the way. You have friends like that? So with me, I was like, let's just have the greatest life ever. So Think and Grow Rich, Tony Robbins, Mark Victor Hansen, all the greats that are out there writing books and making a difference in the world, where, you know, Jim Rohn and David Avocado Wolf said, write a goal, get a goal. So I was invested into that. You know, JFK said readers are leaders. So we got into that mindset, and then guess what happened? The nutrition component showed up. And now you are what you eat, which is Hippocrates. He said that. And the whole idea is if you can get the most nutrition through blending through a powdered drink, that's what we do. It is so simple to get the most out of your life, and especially if you write that goal to be the healthiest version of yourself.
So, to wrap it up, Shane, I know we could talk all day.
We could.
Why do you think it's okay to be spiritual?
Well, everyone has their own choice. You have your own life. You can choose to have faith, right? If we look into the Bible, that's what they talk about. Have faith in where you're headed in your life. You ask for it, you receive it. We have to have faith and belief in whatever it is. Whatever your beliefs are, it's fine, it's perfect. But just have faith. That's why we need that. We need that whole idea. Say a prayer, right? Invoke those superpowers, those unseen factors in the world that can help you, where things come out of a prayer and then it shows up. Who you need shows up. I got to tell you, that's happening a lot. Just like you guys. The other day, I was like, I need to get on my first podcast. Boom, here you girls are, right? Write a goal, talk about it. You are what you speak about. You are what you think about. That's really what's going on. The more faith, the better we are. We have to have faith in something. So I have faith in you girls.
And ourselves, right? We have to have faith in ourselves.
Perfect. That's the greatest line ever. Let's live that way.
Let's live that way. Thank you so much, Shane.
Thank you, girls. God bless. God wins. Let's do it. Have the greatest lives ever. They're here sharing their message. What a great experience that has been. So thank you for doing that. Have the greatest lives ever. Yay.
Absolutely. And a lot of fun on the way. Bye for now.
Cha-cha.